Hello family and friends, welcome to my sweet and savory kitchen. Today I'm sharing with you a rich and creamy milk tart recipe with an easy press-on pastry crust. So now let's get to it, and I'll start the pie crust by adding some butter, sugar and salt. I'll then cream it together with my hand mixer. And then I'll add the egg. This milk tart is very popular in South Africa and is very delicious. Now I'll sift in my flour, and don't worry, as usual, I'll leave all the measurement for the ingredients in the description box for you. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe and click on the bell next to it so when I upload a new recipe, you'll get a notification. Now I'm using a spatula to mix it together a bit, and then I'll use my hand to form the dough. You need a very soft dough, so please do not overwork the dough, otherwise it will become too tough. What we need is an easy press-on pastry crust. Just gently bring it together. And now I'll grab my pie pan and then grease it with some butter. Grease it well so it can easily come off after baking, and then grab the dough and gently press it onto the pan. The dough should be soft and easy to press. Next, I'll use a fork to poke holes in the pastry to prevent it from rising. You can also leave it in the fridge for 30 minutes before baking, and that also prevents it from rising. Now in a preheated oven, bake for 20 to 25 minutes and your pastry is ready. Now for the filling, I've placed my saucepan on a medium heat. Add some butter, milk, and then throw in a cinnamon stick to bring in flavor. You can also use cinnamon powder or nutmeg. Now stir and bring it to a boil. And then remove the cinnamon stick. Then turn off the heat. I'll continue with the rest of the filling in another bowl by adding some sugar, eggs, vanilla essence, then whisk it together nicely. Next, I'll add some plain flour and then corn flour, and continue whisking until it's smooth. You don't want any lumps in your tart. I'll then grab the milk from the stove and gently whisk it in this mixture. Since the milk is still hot, you do not want lumps of cooked eggs in your tart. That's why I'm adding it bit by bit so it can adjust to the temperature before I pour everything in. Continuously whisk it, and then I'll pour it back in the pan and then return the pan back on the stove. I'll keep stirring continuously again until it starts to thicken, and then I'll remove it from the heat. It's getting thick and creamy now. See the texture? Next, I'll pour it in the baked pastry pie and then spread it out nicely. This milk tart is best for entertaining your guests. I'll then sprinkle some cinnamon powder and put it in the fridge to chill until ready to serve. So this is just half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Take your time and then sprinkle it over nicely before you put it in the fridge. Try and make some at home and your family will love it. It's nice and chilled and looks so delicious. Look at that wobble. Yes, it's supposed to wobble or it's not a milk tart. Thanks for joining and see you next time. Bye!